Morning, everybody.
Morning. Crystal, if I said we're going to go visit the place where they signed the Declaration of Independence, would you know where that's at?
No.
How about the city of brotherly love? No?
No.
How about the place where Rocky Balboa lived and ran up those steps?
That I know.
Now where are we going?
Philadelphia,
There you go.
Pennsylvania.
Let's go.
We are Crystal and Terry, and we've always loved to travel. However, the high demands of our full-time jobs make it increasingly difficult to take any time off. So, we're giving it all up. For the next year of our life, we'll be dedicating ourselves to full-time travel. We're so excited about this next chapter, and we really hope you'll join us in this amazing adventure as we leave the life we've always known to live the life of our dreams.
Guys, we are at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the place where they signed the Constitution, the place where they signed the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, George Washington, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin sat in this hall debating, discussing, arguing, yelling about the possibility of establishing our own government from the monarchy of England. I mean, this is where some incredible men got together and hashed out all the stuff by which we still live today. This is amazing. And then here is this incredible statue of our first president, Mr. General George Washington. And inside, one of the original pieces that's still there is the chair where George Washington sat as he presided over the House. It's still there. They say it's the original chair. I don't know how they preserved it. It's amazing. It was incredible walking through there. I couldn't touch anything, but I walked in the same steps where a lot of very, very great men once walked. And that's amazing. Okay, everybody, now we're heading over to see the famed Liberty Bell, what is marked as a symbol of liberty and freedom throughout hundreds of years. It's just across the street from Independence Hall. You don't need a ticket to get in. There's no admission. There's security, though. And we're going to go over and take a look at it.
So Terry told me that this was the very first presidential residence that George Washington and President Adams lived here. And it's hard for me to keep track of Terry on this trip because he is like a kid in a candy store and he just runs around and then he just spouts off information and then I'm like, tell the camera. But anyway, he's so excited and it's really fun to watch. So there he is.
It was called Diaries of My Travels in America.
So we came over to Washington Square, just off the backside of Independence Hall, because I wanted to see the moon tree. Seeds were given by the National Forestry Service to the Apollo 13 mission that went up Apollo 11? Apollo 13. What was the Tom Hanks one?
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13? Okay, this was Apollo 11 then. It wasn't the one with Tom Hanks. But anyway, they went to the moon with these seeds to see if they would still germinate when they brought them back, which they're planted all around the world, and one was supposed to be right here in Washington Square. And it was apparently until about 2011. And then that one died, and then they were able to sort of reclone some seeds from that one, replant it again, and apparently it was right here until 2019. I guess it knew COVID was coming or something. And so then it completely died off, and all that's here is this marker of where it once stood. So I guess maybe the lesson is don't take tree seeds into space if you really want the tree to grow and flourish here on Earth. That's what I got from it, because it's not here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Crystal has graciously agreed to come along with me at the literal break of dawn, because since I was 9 years old, a long time ago, I've been wanting to do something, a bucket list item, I guess you could say, before I even knew what bucket list items were. And as we're getting closer to this moment, as I am now very, very far away from being 9 years old, I'm feeling some anxiety, because I don't even know if I can do this at this point, or at least not do it well, but I'm going to give it a try, and Crystal's going to be there to document whether this is a success or complete failure. So let's go see what I've had in my mind to do for a very, very long time. Don't know with this shirt, okay, and this statue, if you don't know what it is I'm getting ready to do, you might as well just turn this video off, because it won't mean anything to you. And whoo, they're a lot bigger than I thought they would be, to tell you the truth. They're huge, but I had to get some motivation. I can't believe I'm standing here. This is bigger to me than the White House was. Whew. Oh. Okay, well, let's go see if I can actually even do this now. Come on.
Terry, how do you feel after completing a lifelong dream of running the Rocky Steps?
Not as bad as I thought I'd feel. There's a lot more steps than I realized from watching all those movies. And to be quite honest, we had to do it quite a few times so that Crystal would have something to work with in the editing department. But I don't know. It feels like I can breathe now. I didn't sleep at all last night. I didn't sleep at all. I had to get up at 5:30 this morning to try to get here before too many people got here, to try to get that morning sunlight shot, which is what he did a lot of times. I didn't have 3 or 4 cameras like Mr. Stallone. I had my lovely wife willing to get up and come and shoot all over the staircase, but I feel relieved, you know. But For everyone watching at this point, for any other Rocky fans out there like me, don't think that the stairs and this amazing statue are it. I have one more surprise up my sleeve for all Rocky fans. So keep watching the video for what we're gonna do later on today. You're gonna like it, trust me. So our Uber just dropped us off here on Dickinson Street in Philadelphia. And if you remember earlier today when I was in a very sweaty capacity, I said we have something going on for you this evening. Right behind me is the Victor Cafe. It's been around for a very long time, early 1900s, but more importantly, in 2006, it was the location of Adrian's restaurant for the Rocky Balboa movie. And that is where we're gonna have dinner tonight. Let's go. So we are upstairs at the Victor Cafe, and I have found all this Rocky memorabilia that's being hidden up here in this beautiful lounge area, which unfortunately is not open. They think maybe the fall they'll reopen it. Don't know why. It's beautiful. It looks great up here. But there's the Adrian sign and all the Rocky memorabilia. And that's actually a Sylvester Stallone painting. I guarantee you, I can tell by the style of it. But this is what I wanted to see. They could have just set me up here in this chair and fed me food. I'd have been fine. Downstairs, very big into music. Opera singers singing every 15 to 20 minutes, live performances. And the food was very, very good. I mean, it's Italian food. You know, you can't really mess that up. But I finally found it. All you Rocky fans, Victor's Cafe in Philadelphia. Come upstairs to the lounge, to the far corner, and you will see everything that's worth being seen in Philadelphia. Boom.
Well, we just finished our dinner at Victor's Cafe, aka Adrian's, and it was lovely. We really liked the opera singers, and the food was good too. So our time in Philadelphia has been quick, but I feel like we did a lot.
We did a lot.
So we hope that you enjoyed it, and we hope that you will like this video and please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Absolutely.
Please.
We'll see you on the next one.
Because you had heard that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who started out as big friends, and you know, they became political rivals over time. They both had served as presidents, and they didn't have mass communication back then, but way late in their life when they retired, they started writing a ton of letters to each other, maybe like a couple hundred letters back and forth. And then they ended up both dying on July 4th. 50 years after they signed the Declaration of Independence, they both died within a few hours of each other, and they didn't know it. They didn't know it. They both died on the 4th of July, 1754. I mean, that's kind of, you know. We're going to go check out what is called the Reading Terminal Market. Huge indoor farmers market right across the street from where we're staying here in Philadelphia. And this guy, William Penn, founder of Pennsylvania, obviously, Penn. He's a guy that came up with, taking, because what happened is these guys, the hucksters would come into town, see, fishermen, hunters, farmers, and just selling their wares, all over town back then. And so they said, let's pull them together, thinking smart, and have a big area for them. And that's how farmers markets developed here in Philadelphia, is because they got all these guys together and said, look, don't be selling it just anywhere. Get together right here and sell it. And of course, Reading Market has jumped all over the city. It's gone through its ups and downs over the generations because of, hazardous conditions. Is there any oversight? How clean, how healthy is the stuff that we're buying? The one we're going to go see, Reading Terminal Market, is one of the oldest continuous farmers markets still in operation in the country today. I'm not that big into farmers markets, but I know a lot of people are, and there's a lot of good places to eat, so I'm excited about that. But this guy, William Penn, very smart man. Most people don't even know who he is or remember who he is. Even like Oglethorpe down in Georgia, guys like this started what we are appreciating today. Got to be a little bit of respect for that, I would think. I respect it. There he is, William Penn. There you go.